let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Do you do them? Do you think they're good for you? How do you feel after not sticking to your New Year's resolutions? Let's talk about it right here, right now. Let's go! So, most people that I know, they finish the year and think, well, whatever. The year was all good. Like back in before COVID time in 2010, you know, back in the old days, things were fine. But these days, the year just passes on and oh my gosh, the year's over again, wow. And then they start thinking about the New Year's resolution from the beginning of the year. And they're like, right, I wanted to start eating healthier, I wanted to do some fitness. Well, it wasn't that bad, could have been better. Maybe next year things are gonna be better, yeah. I know, this is gonna be fine. Like, next year, I'm gonna be a different person. 2022 is gonna be my year. The year of Kathy in Frame. New year, new me. And what they forget is that to become a new person, you gotta create new habits. Not just write down some New Year's resolutions. You actually need to go and change something. I don't believe in all that BS. I'm sorry, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I do think it's really good that people go and write down what they want to achieve, their goals and everything. But why does it have to be a radical New Year, new me type of thing? Because you know what? I used to be a fitness trainer. And you know what happens? At the beginning of the year, in January, the fitness gym is full of people. There's so many people. But wait until March and they're all gone. Some of them stick to it, but most of them don't. By making New Year's resolutions, I find that most people are just not being honest to themselves. Most people are just lying to themselves, trying to make themselves believe that they can become a different person without actually having to do anything. Change requires a lot of effort, a lot of discipline, and also continuity. You can't just do something for a month and then change. People say that you can break a habit in between 18 to 254 days. Well, that's a wide range because most people be like, you can break a habit in a month or in 3 months. No, brah. Like, it's different for everyone. For me, for example, I did yoga for a year, I meditated for a year, and it still hasn't become a habit. I was disciplined enough because I told myself I'm gonna do it for a year, and every time I tell myself I'm gonna do something, I just do it because I'm a perfectionist and I can't really deal with the thought of failure, and that's my own insecurity. So I did that, but after the year was over, it still hasn't become a habit, which is so annoying. And you know, that's also why I don't like those challenges. You know, those 30-day yoga challenge, 30-day gym challenge, bam, 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 dancing challenge, plank challenge. Like, I'm not really a fan of these because these challenges might be a good way to kind of motivate you in some way or the other. But on the other hand, once the challenge is over, you just discard the thing again. Or you don't even finish the challenge and then you just feel bad about yourself. But maybe that's just on me. Maybe it might be different for everyone, you know, like, that's just my own experience. But again, New Year's resolutions, they have a lot to do with self-discipline, self-respect, and just trusting in yourself. And most people already know once they do the New Year's resolutions, they're not gonna stick to it. And that's the sad part. A lot of people eat a lot during Christmas and a lot of people just don't work out, so they just say, oh yeah, with the new year everything is gonna be different. And here's what I do to change my mindset and not get depressed, because you get depressed when you put yourself onto a goal and you know that you can't stick to it. If you try to achieve something and you already know at the start you're not gonna do it, that's super frustrating and depressing. So for me, I don't really do New Year's resolutions. Instead, I write down everything that went well this year, everything I achieved, everything that I'm thankful for, everything good that happened, but mostly everything that I achieved. I'm lucky enough to say that I have done this already in 2019 and 2020. I actually started this self-experiment in 2018. And I have been continuing to do this since now. And the achievements of 2019 and 2020 actually hang right there on my wall. So no matter how frustrated I feel, how low I feel, and how sad I am about not being able to get anything together, not being able to achieve anything, I just see it on my wall right there, everything that I have already achieved. And that for me is much more powerful than making some resolutions that I know I'm not gonna stick to and that are not really specific. For example, on my wall I can say I wrote a book, I started a YouTube channel, I have been posting on YouTube for a year now, or whatever, it's probably been 2-3 years now. That's something that is important to me. And then after I wrote down everything I achieved, yes, I also write down my goals for the year, like New Year's resolutions. But it's more like, oh, I loved how much sport I have been doing this year. I want to continue this. Or I want to focus even more on my mental health. Not like, oh, I need to start doing this. Starting is actually the hardest part. Once you start, everything gets easier. But then you need to continue whatever you're working on. So if you make yourself a goal, if you really want to do a New Year's resolution, think about it first, whether or not you think you can actually stick to it. Does it fit into your everyday life? Do you think you have enough discipline to actually go and do it? Because you're gonna do a lot of mental damage if you put yourself on a goal that you won't achieve anyway. So make realistic goals, things that you can actually achieve. Make little achievements and be proud of yourself. Celebrate yourself. Because if you just put New Year's resolutions that you're not sticking to, you're just gonna be so sad and frustrated and you're gonna feel so bad about yourself that by the time it's February, you already canceled your gym membership. You're just gonna feel so sad. Don't think you're gonna be superhuman because you haven't been superhuman for the last 20 years or 30 years or whatever. You haven't, and you probably never will be superhuman, but you might be able to become the best version of yourself. What does that mean to you? Who are you when you are the best version of yourself? The gym is not for everyone. You don't have to go out there and suffer doing workouts. Maybe you can try some alternative sport that is a lot more fun to you. You don't need to think that staying healthy and fit always includes suffering. For me, for example, I was on very unhealthy diets because I always thought that I need to starve myself to become skinny. But I gained weight because the more stress I felt, the more my body tried to starve the fat in my body. So once I just tried to calm down a little bit more, once I tried to be more in my body, what do I need, what do I feel, what do I want to eat right now? First, I became a healthier eater just by that mindset. And second, eating became fun again. It's really important for me because I love eating. But I'm probably gonna do a video about my relation to food in another video. If you want to watch that, if you're interested to know more about that, feel free to leave a comment below. Another thing that I have on my wall right there and here, like I'm trying to express my mindset outwardly. And even though I don't have like a crazy cool vision board or whatever, I'm still trying to manifest my goals somewhere here. For example, I want to be a famous actress. I put an autograph of myself in the wall because I want to see myself making an autograph as an actress. Other things that are on my wall right here are, for example, things I want in my life that are very general. There's not a time frame to it. There's not like a specific expectation on it. It's really just, I want to grow, I want health, I want wealth, I want inner peace, I want calmness, I want love, I want self-love. These are things I want in my life, and it's really important to know what you want in your life. But when you set a deadline to something like, oh, in 3 years I'm gonna be happy and rich, you're gonna put yourself under a lot of pressure. So those New Year's resolutions for me just don't work in the way that most people use them. So try to use these New Year's resolutions for yourself instead of against yourself. This is something that is really important for everything, because the New Year's resolutions aren't the problem, it's just the way we deal with them. So right now I'm gonna write down everything I achieved in 2021. And I want you to do the same. You can either stop the video or you can keep it running in the background. Let's do it together. Let's write down everything we have achieved this year. and tell me about it if you want. Tell me in the comment section below. I want to hear you being proud. I don't want to hear you being sad and saying I haven't achieved anything, because every single person will have achieved a little something. And you don't have to be the first person on the moon to have achieved something great for yourself. You are here on this earth for you and only you, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone. And even if it just means that every single day you took a shower, or every weekend you saw your friends that you wanted to see again, or maybe you started writing again, or maybe you started a new job. Every single person on this earth will have at least one single thing to be proud of this year. And I want you to finish this year with a smile, but also with hope. I want you to close up this year and say, you know what? Actually, I achieved so much more than I thought. And I'm really excited for next year, because I know it's gonna be the same again. Don't be like, oh, I didn't do anything I wanted to achieve this year. Oh, but next year I'm gonna do better. And I already know I won't, but I'm just gonna tell myself, I'm gonna lie to myself, and then I'm gonna be sad at the end of the year again. Oh, another year's over. Oh, don't be like that. Let's change right here, right now, okay? Together. Let's write down our achievements. Okay, so I've written down everything that I have achieved in 2021. If you want to know what I have achieved in 2021, let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna do another video about it. But yeah, here's everything that I've written down. And on the other page, I wrote down everything that I want to believe about myself, such as I love myself, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of who I am. As a conclusion of everything that I have achieved, I think that's really important to write down those self-beliefs. And on the last page, there's everything I want to achieve shortly, and what I want to keep doing, and what I want to be more successful in. Do you like New Year's resolutions? Do you do New Year's resolutions? What do you have achieved this year? Let me know. Take care, much love, and stay safe. Bye.